Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network coming to you live with Mr. Due Diligence Dave from EPA Sports. He continually gets the job done, and hopefully, you guys are enjoying the shows. He's getting the wins to you, so we can't go wrong with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the work he's done at ogcuppers.com. Here we go. As you can see, he's still leading the way with his high volume, 183 and 161, plus 843. Totally getting it done. Last night went 4 and 2 for 184. So make sure you go ahead and get over to ogcappers.com and pick up one of Dave's pick packages. Again, he goes ahead and gets you all the volume you can handle for just $99. And then you can use this promo code OG20 to save you 20%. That gets that down to about 79. And we know throughout the week, Dave gives you way more than 10 plays per day. So all he is doing is putting extra cash into your pocket by following one of our EPA. He doesn't like me to call him an expert. What should we call him? If it's not an expert, what are you, Dave? Tell us all about it.
Due diligence, Dave is pretty good. Is pretty good. So totals, though. I mean, as we've talked about on the show, I believe the strength of my particular modeling, EPA modeling, expected point averaging, I do believe totals are the strength of the model. Yesterday, 4 and 2 in the NBA, 6 and 4 in college basketball, so 10 and 16 overall. So there were 16 plays out there just on OG, not counting all the games modeled
Right.
for everybody on the hot sheets. The NBA gambling gods were totally screwing with me last night, though. Oh my gosh. There was 3 games. It started out, it was crap. I can't even remember what it was. I think it was Minnesota and Memphis. And the game started in Minnesota. So we were over, right? And in my mind, I'm over 216 on this game. And it starts out first 4 minutes, 10-0 Memphis. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? Minnesota, right? And so Minnesota comes back, and I'm looking at the scoreboard because I can't help it sometimes. Right, yeah. I got to look at the scoreboard when it's tight. It's like I'm like, okay, we're 216, we're right there. There's a minute 57 left. It's 110, 101. They don't freaking score again. They don't score again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I pull up my hot sheet. I'm like, oh, I'm over 209.
I won.
I was fine the whole right. But I thought I was, I thought the God screwed me, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. And then I'm looking at the there was the other game. It was Chicago Cleveland, right? Both teams on a back-to-back, and the model the model was at 260. I was over the 216. The model was at 217.43, so a little bit over 216, right? But I play them all, and I'm just like, oh, son of a bitch. Right? It's 99-98 with like a minute left, and I'm watching it. It's 103-102 with like 43 seconds left. And of course, my app isn't live. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm watching it. I'm like, I need to get to 216. Right? and then bam, 103-103 overtime. I'm like, prayers answered. I finally get one from the gods, right? So
I know, because overtime never goes our way, right?
Right, it never goes your way. Swear to God, I've lost like 66 in a row on overtime. And then when it does go your way, the teams are so shitty they don't even hit the over and overtime. That one drives me batshit crazy, right? It's just like, and so I'm like, all right, NBA gods are on my side. And then they said, Dave, hold my beer.
Watch the Clippers.
Hold my beer. Watch this, right? Watch this, Dave. Dude, so we're over 236 and a half Lakers Clippers, right? 236 and a half. 116, 112, 228. Now I know you're saying, Dave, that's not even close. But what you got to understand, folks, if you didn't see it, is the Clippers pulled an Atlanta Dream and dropped a 16, 1-6 in the fourth quarter. 16 points in the NBA.
That is horrible.
At
That's
home
horrible.
against the Lakers. The Lakers outscored the Clippers to beat them by 4. Lakers
Right.
outscored them 39-16 in the fourth. That is some WNBA crap right there, man.
Right. It is.
I was like, man, there was a lot of people on the Clippers and a lot of people on the over because the Clippers just tankathon that one.
Right.
So I got the NBA God split. I thought they were on my side, and they just said no.
Yeah,
But
it seemed like you were on a roll, and then no.
right. I was
right
jacked up. I'm like, cool. Finally a good day after the All-Star break on totals. About to go 5-1. got the cart way in front of the horse on that one. Way in front of the horse. So, Ken Palm.
Yeah.
Ken Palm. Top 5. Yesterday we had a couple of upset alerts for dogs. We had South Carolina upset alert on the road at A&M because A&M had the 300th best scoring efficiency offense at home. That one hit. Nice job, Gamecocks. But on the flip side, Ole Miss, I got a little excited on it because I looked
were hanging in there for so long, Dave. They were
I look at the scoreboard. It's 25-15 out of the gate. I'm like, it's halfway through the first quarter. I'm like, oh man, Alabama's going to give up another 100 double bagel here. Nah, they scored 100 plus on Ole Miss, and that should end Ole Miss's March Madness hopes. But I still think that Bama is that defense doesn't travel. The offense does. Okay, I'll give them that. They got an elite offense. That defense doesn't travel. I think that's going to catch up to them in the SEC and the NCAA tournament. So it's Thursday, and you got your Ken
all day long. Happy leap year.
You got your Ken Palm 5. Now, as usual, I did not pull the lines. I don't know what the totals are. I don't know what the side is. So it seems like the listeners, the followers of the video, like seeing, I guess, maybe my reaction to the games, as it pops up. So
yeah, well, we got some new, different teams in here today, so I was pretty excited for that. I think we only got
no San Diego State,
right?
No Nevada,
a couple duplicates,
right? Florida Atlantic. What is Marquette not doing in here again? I think Ken Palm's biased.
It seems so, perhaps.
Right, for a bunch of shitty teams too. Nobody wants to watch that unless you're betting it. That's what we're about to do. So what's our number 5 game? We got Memphis at East Carolina. Is that right?
Yeah, that is it. Memphis, suddenly they've lost 4 of 5. Plus, they've lost almost all of their last 5 road games. They're only 1-4. And the Pirates' last 3 games, they've won by double digits. Suddenly, the defense is playing well, only allowing 30% from the field. So we still have Memphis, though, here as favorites, -3.5. East Carolina, 143.5 on the total.
Well, looking at the numbers, this should be a slump buster then for Memphis, right? Now, it's interesting that you point out the recency streaks, right? Because my numbers are looking at recency. A much bigger picture because Memphis on the road, 42nd on road scoring efficiency offense, 111th road scoring efficiency defense. So solid basketball team on the road. Carolina at home, 265th in home scoring efficiency offense, 206 in home scoring efficiency defense. But what have we been saying in this show all season? Men's basketball is funky dunky, right? Yeah, even when teams have bad numbers at home, they're still in the model usually going to be favored. You have to be a pile of crap at home or have a really, really good road team. And in this case, we got a good road team in Memphis. But still, the projection on this one is East Carolina, 75.7, Memphis, 73.7. So we got East Carolina by 2. So the line's +3 East Carolina. That's tight. That is really tight. Personally, I would stay off of it because I don't have consensus in the model. We got a better road offense and a better road defense in Memphis. but the line is in favor of that. But the model is in favor of East Carolina. You know what happens when I come on this show and talk shit about the model?
Right.
I lose, right? I lose. Right? You know, if I want to
model
right,
wins.
right. If I tell everybody to forsake the model and go bet Memphis -3 with these just because these numbers and go against the model, Memphis is going to lose by 33. Right? That's just the way it works. So I don't have anything on the side, but I lean towards East Carolina +3. The total, I'm at 149.41. What's on the board right now?
143.5.
Yeah. A little bit of a no man's land. I don't like to be betting on a line between 140 and 150. I don't like to be there. So I don't, this game, there's going to be no picks on OG cappers, but I lean over the 143 in the model. And reminder, East Carolina +3 at home against Memphis.
I like it. All right, then we're going to go to the Big Ten with Michigan, who is a big pile of crap right now, struggling with injuries, losing by 25 all over the place. And then you have Rutgers -7.5. And it looks like, if we take a look at them as a whole, 4th overall defensive efficiency. Now, I know you break these down here, for us with home and road, which I appreciate. And so this one, I don't know. You'll have to let us know if Rutgers can go ahead and cover this big number here.
Well, Rutgers at home, 353rd in home scoring efficiency offense.
What the hell?
Right? So they're garbage at home on offense. Defensively, though, 12th.
That's one, okay.
2. That is pretty badass. Okay. Michigan on the road, 119th on offense, 250th on defense. So, middle of the road basketball team right now. But that's 250 on defense for Michigan, 353 on offense for Rutgers. Okay, we got number 12 on defense for Rutgers, 119 on offense for Michigan. So we got double defense right here, double down defense. So right away, I'm looking, can we be under? Now, my total on this game, I'm at 140.88. And I'm guessing the line is not over 140.
It's not.
Damn
137.5.
Yeah. Okay. So there's another one. The ranking, we don't have a consensus.
But what did you have for that score? What did you have for the score?
Now for the score, we basically got nothing here, Mindy. I'm at 74.27 to 66.59. I have Rutgers by 7.68.
Yeah, and it's 7.5.
7.5. So we don't have jack squat on a side. And on the total, I'm over, but I am not betting over on a team that has the number 12 home defense and the 353rd scoring efficiency offense. No, thank you. I'll go against the model there. I'll go under the 137 before I go over. And I got nothing on the side there either. And the juice is so big because of the 7.5. It's not even a good money line. So
no, you can't do that.
I hate to be boring.
In some sort of big money line parlay, something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I hate to be boring because I want to give people obviously we're giving them good due diligence. I think this is a good time to remind people to always remember that it's always not about winning. Taking a loser off your board is just as effective, right? It's just like your scoreboard. Giving up a 3 is the same as scoring a 3. It's still 3 points, right? Producing a win betting, getting off of a loser betting, you are still coming out ahead on that. So don't be afraid to rewire your brain to tell yourself, look, I don't have to chase, right? Yes. I don't need to chase. So this is a game we don't need to chase, folks.
Right. Okay, next up is going to be UCLA. I don't remember having these folks here yet on our live show, so I'm pretty excited. Won 7 of their last 8 games now versus a Washington team at home that also has been playing pretty well. Washington home favorites here, -3.5. So what do you got versus this hot UCLA team?
Oh man, well UCLA, no surprise, they're getting led by their defense on the road. They're 52nd in road defensive scoring efficiency for the season. So it's the offense that hasn't been able to travel. It's 251st on road scoring efficiency offense. Washington, flip-flop. 64th in home scoring efficiency offense. So you got 64 versus 53. Their defense, 242. So you got 242 versus 251. This is a very, very, very balanced basketball game, in my opinion. Now, Washington is much better from three. I have them 24-18 from three. Inside the 3-point line, UCLA. So UCLA is going to make it back up inside the three, and from the free throw line, Washington by a couple. So overall, I'm at 73.8 to 69.3. I have Washington by 4.69. So not a lot of value in this. It leans Washington minus 3.5. But like you said, recency, UCLA has been playing a lot better than their overall numbers. So I think you're kind of dancing with the devil on this side. The total, you got a big total for me? Tell me you got 150s.
I don't.
Damn
I got 139.5. It's like right on your number again.
Yeah, well, I'm at 143.07. So from a due diligence standpoint, folks, if you're leaning over, the model agrees with you, not by a lot. We're looking at a 4-point differential, 3.5-point differential. So not a strong variance, but if you're on the over, so is the model.
All right. You ready for this one?
Yep.
It's the Huskers, Dave. They're back on our list. I love it. They're going up against Ohio State. Now, Nebraska, we did get the win last time versus Indiana on the road. But again, that was their only road win all season. And Ohio State, they've always had Nebraska's number at home. They've been close games. I mean, within, a bucket. So interested to see what you have. I'm hoping that you have the Huskers.
No.
Gosh,
no.
Never.
No. What did I say? What did I say at the beginning of the show? Being a road men's team in college basketball, you're not going to get a lot of leans. You're just not. And what's the line? I'm looking at my projection. I am at minus 6.29, which, look, Nebraska has a better defense than their offense. Nebraska's better offense than their defense. I'm guessing 3.5 to 4.
Yeah, it's 3.5.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right there. The numbers tell the story. So the model backs up Ohio State winning. This might be one. It depends on which way you lean, right? Because I'm not going to try to talk you out of Nebraska. Nebraska road scoring efficiency defense, 89. Ohio State home scoring efficiency offense, 154. Boom. We're leaning Nebraska, right? Nebraska on the road, 134th in offense. Ohio State at home, 190th in scoring efficiency defense. So we got Nebraska better on both sides of the basketball. It's just a road game, right? So you got some home cooking from the refs. So you got to build in 2 to 4 points from the free throw line, right? That's just automatic. I bet you Nebraska at home is probably favored by 3.5 over Ohio State. So you just have, I think you have, just officials and pressure in that game. So this one, the model does lean Ohio State to win and cover at home. But again, we don't have a strong consensus here. This is not going to be an OG Capper pick because we just don't have everything in a row. What do we have for the total on that bad boy, though?
So this one's coming in at 144.5. And I missed what you had said with what your scoring model looks like.
Ken Palm picked some shitty games to model because I'm at 148.37. We're in no man's land. If this was at 140, 139.5, 139, I'd love to be over on that. Now the model's still over, and I think this is one. The line isn't going to move below 140, so this is not going to be an OG Capper pick. I'll lean Ohio State to win and cover. I'll lean the over, but inside my model, these aren't the strongest plays.
Sure. All right, but we do have a number one strongest play out here for Ken Palm. Are you excited? Teams that just a couple years ago.
No, I'd be excited if Bill Russell was still playing for San Francisco. Then I'd be excited, right? A little Bill Russell versus Adam Morrison, baby. That's what we need. But we're not going to get that. We're going to get Gonzaga at San Francisco.
That's it, Dave.
February 28th, 2024.
Oh, it's only February 29th. Don't forget, you have this crazy leap year day in here. But Gonzaga, they have won the last 10 meetings here versus San Francisco.
So
But,
San Francisco's a home
Gonzaga
team
is
dog?
someone that doesn't win us a lot of money, Dave. They are not a good spread team. I like teams that like to cover spreads. That's me, But yeah,
I
Gonzaga.
like teams that adhere to my modeling, so I look good. That's what I like.
But Gonzaga here, still favorites on the road, -3.5.
-3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to do it. We do this once a show. So here it is. Upset alert. We're gonna bust this streak. Bust this streak. San Francisco at home, 42nd in offensive scoring efficiency. Defensive scoring efficiency, 163rd. That's the weakness in this game. Gonzaga, no shock. Very, very balanced. 33rd scoring efficiency offense, 47th on defense. So the numbers do favor Gonzaga's offense matching up against the San Francisco defense. But Gonzaga on the road is just not there. They don't have a lot of possessions, and they are not a very good shooting team. They try to get to the line too much. I have San Francisco outscoring them by a bucket from three. I have them outscoring Gonzaga by 2 from inside the 3-point line. Believe it or not, Gonzaga must get a bunch of ref whistles because they're Gonzaga, because Gonzaga is actually favored to win the free throw battle. So I'm smelling some ref cooking bullshit with Gonzaga, right? I mean, that would not surprise you or me that Mark Few is able
because
to.
it's a team that they probably like to get back to national contention. I mean, they were the favorites of the United States at some point in time, right?
Right, America's team
guys from Nebraska
right?
going out there and playing for Gonzaga.
Right, and look, Mark Few has been around forever. He knows all the officials. He knows how to work them, right? And he's got the respect from them, which respect means more whistles. So, if San Francisco wins the free throw line battle, if they get some more whistles, we're going San Francisco plus 3.5 at home. I have San Francisco 78-72, baby. Upset alert.
That's
at
big.
home tonight. At home. If that happens, I'm never coming back on this show. I'm going to drop the mic and I'm gone.
Great. Now, who am I going to get to fill in now? So you got this one, coming in at about.
You're not getting anybody to replace this energy, sweetheart. Nobody at all.
Of course. I got it. But you're sitting at 150 with that projection, and we're looking at a total of 152.5. You like that under?
I do. That's my favorite under on the board. It's not much. I'm at 149.88. That's my number, 149.88. But we're under a 152.5. I like my green light is above being under when it's above 150. So I like the green light. Now it's scary with Gonzaga because we've seen Gonzaga go on some runs and put up 100 double bagels, right? We've seen big numbers, and we have a weak defense at home in San Francisco. But of all the totals that are on the board today that we just discussed, if I'm taking one, then actually this would be an OG Capper pick that I would log. I will go under the 152.5 Gonzaga San Francisco this morning.
Well, I'm glad that we ended it with an OG Capper login pick. I'm excited about that. But yeah, if you guys want Dave's very best selections, you can find them at ogcappers.com. But here is another way that you could go ahead and look about this. You can get every single game instead of just a select few. This way you can do all of your due diligence if you're like me, where you compare this model to mine, right? You could go to patreon.com, EPA Sports, to get every single game in the NFL, in college football, WNBA, MLB, NBA, college basketball, and the NHL.
No MLB.
Right now, though, you only got 3.
No. I don't have time for MLB. No, I'm not dancing with the devil on MLB. I'll stick to basketball and football and a little bit of hockey. But for those of if you're interested though, if you get the same thing I'm looking at, right? I give you the rankings of the team, the matchups, expected 3 points, expected 2-pointers, free throws, the game, the lines, all of it, every single game. It's all broken down. And obviously, I'm available to explain this. I mean, our biggest customer base, Mindy, as you know, are handicappers.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I really don't do picks. I am due diligence Dave, right?
We're
I try
forcing
to
you
make,
to do picks is what's occurring.
right. I try to make everybody else's picks better. Get people on more winners, take people off of more losers. And for those of you that are do-it-yourself bettors, right? There's a bunch of you listening right now that you're doing your own personal consensus. That's what the hot sheets are for. The daily hot sheets are for your due diligence. And then obviously, if you want to get what I think are the best total plays in the NBA and college basketball out of there, OG Cappers is the place to go. 1 week or 1 month pick packages.
Yeah, exactly. If you are not the do-it-yourselfer, then that's where you go ahead and head. But Dave, I appreciate all of your time here again. This is some great stuff. Hopefully everyone has a great day. Do your diligence.
Exactly.
Right?
And bet
Right?
over 222 and Warriors -4.5 tonight.
Oh, we didn't do those. All right. So tell them one more time.
Oh my gosh. So
Your favorite NBAs.
Right. We always tease a little NBA, always a little nice to everybody. Now the total is this total that we give on the show is always an OG Capper pick every single time. Every single time. So both my models really like Golden State Knicks tonight. It's sitting at 222 this morning. I am well over 222 in both models. Coincidentally, one of my favorite sides in the NBA is Golden State -4.5 at the New York Knicks. Neither team's coming off of a back-to-back. They're both playing straight up tonight. The models, both models, 3 and 4 game, like the over, like Golden State Warriors. One more nugget, though. We've been talking about NBA teams on back-to-backs, how they hit unders, how they don't cover at all. We have a team back-to-back tonight, Mile High in Denver. Denver's catching or laying 5. Miami's in town, rested, catching 5 in Denver. The model not only likes Miami to cover without the back-to-back, we're getting a back-to-back. So this is kind of like my personal consensus. Does the model say Miami's going to cover? Yes. And I get a extra boost that Denver is on a back-to-back at home. So it's not as strong as Golden State -4.5, but you know, in my heart, I love betting against the back-to-back team. My favorite back-to-back tonight to bet against, Miami +5, winning and covering in Denver.
Awesome. Yeah, because we had that again last night, right? The Pelicans on a back-to-back just got smoked by the Pacers there, And I like it, Dave, that you gave me a little 2-team parlay to play on that Warriors game. I'm up for it, that's for sure. As soon as all the folks out there listening, they're like, "Oh, that sounds a little juicy there, 2-team parlay." I like
it. What is your actually? You got your model.
I just don't have it up currently, so I can't.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we all have problems getting it up. But do you have the Golden State Warriors as well?
Yes, I love the Golden State Warriors, but I cannot personally remember what I had for a total. But yes, I like Golden State.
That's okay. We got a consensus. We got a consensus on Golden State at -4.5 on that one. That's good enough.
I also like the Heat +5 too. My modeling had them winning that one outright. So, like you said, whenever we can go ahead and get a plus on the back-to-back. But yeah, I mean, I've always used Dave's modeling because I've always kind of been missing that pace of play. So I appreciate that he's always broken everything out per possession. And so that's why I've always used the hot sheet for my own due diligence. And I have found that ultimately what it has done for me is taken me off more losers. So it is one of those to be disciplined enough to say, I shouldn't bet this game today. All right, Dave. Thanks again. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications. Don't want to miss out when Dave comes back tomorrow with some more action. All right, you guys, have a good day. Take care. Enjoy the extra day in February. Bye-bye.